What's up, world? Welcome back to another Spread the Love Sunday. This week I am talking about a movie that I was able to go see Friday night with my sister. That movie is The Resurrection of Gavin Stone. If you have not heard of this movie, it's a faith-based film done by Vertical Church Films and Walden Media and WWE Studios. And the description, the summary, that they always put out for movies. A washed-up former child star, forced to do community service at a local megachurch, pretends to be a Christian to land the part of Jesus in their annual Passion Play, only to discover that the most important role of his life is far from Hollywood. So the movie stars Brett Dalton, who you may know from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He played Grant Ward, and Anjelah Johnson-Reyes. She's also an actress. She's been in a few other things. I have not really seen much of her other stuff, but she's also a stand-up comedian, really funny. I watched both of her specials that are on Netflix, and I was just dying laughing the whole time. She's so funny. So they're the two main stars of the movie, and Brett plays, obviously he plays the title character Gavin, and then Anjelah plays the pastor's daughter, Kelly. And so the movie, it's like an hour and a half long, and me and my sister got to go see it Friday night. I was really sad it wasn't playing anywhere at any of the theaters close by my house, because there's one that's just like down the street, and then there's two others that are pretty easy to get to, but it wasn't playing at any of those three theaters, so we had to drive like a half hour away to get to the theater to go see it. But it was worth it. It was a great film, great message. We both laughed quite a bit. I know I did. I think she did. And there was a lot of funny stuff in it that I really enjoyed. I was like, hey, that's really funny. And so, like at the end, I like, when people clap at the end of movies and stuff. I clapped at the end of it, and I was the only one who started clapping, and my sister, she like hits my hand. She's like, stop clapping, stop clapping. I was like, why? I want to clap. It was a good movie. And there were quite a few other people in the theater, which is pretty cool. My mom made the comment, she's like, watch you two be the only ones in the theater, and I was like, haha, you're funny. So funny. No, there was quite a few other people in there, so that was pretty cool. And when the movie started, as soon as I saw Brett, 'cause like it opens up on a like one of like those kind of like or not but ET, those like celebrity Hollywood news stuff. So something like that, and it like showed Brett as Gavin on a magazine cover, and as soon as it popped up, I was like, ah, I like started like stroking the screen, but not because it was so far away. But my sister was like, probably thought I was a dork. Can't help it. He's handsome, very handsome. I was very excited to see him on a big screen, because I'm used to just seeing him, on my small TV screen. But so it was really cool being able to see him on the big screen. I was so happy. But back to the movie itself, kind of went off on it's a great movie about unconditional love. I watched a couple of interviews, and they talk about it, how it's about I don't remember what exactly they say. Let me see if I can find it. Darn. But it was, I don't remember what they said, but it was really cool what they were saying that the movie is about. That it's basically, like unconditional love, because, he's a child star, and so he makes a comment at one point in the movie how I think it was his manager, when he was like 8, said to him, Gavin comes first, and that's pretty sad. And so he pretty much grew up in that kind of way. And so then coming to this church, he's finding that, you know, there is such a thing as unconditional love, where people can love you without wanting something from you every second of the day, you know. And there's like two other things, but I can't remember off the top of my head what they were, that was like the main, you know, kind of message for the movie. But overall, I really enjoyed the movie. I know my sister did as well. At least I'm sure I think she did. um, and, you know, a lot of time faith-based films don't get like a great reputation, you know. They're kind of, people think, you know, they're like, oh, super preachy and all that kind of stuff. I didn't find this movie to be super preachy. You know, it takes place in a church building, so it makes sense, you know, if, you know, talking about the Bible and the gospel and all that kind of stuff, it makes sense because they're in a church building. But it wasn't overly preachy, you know, because the main premise is they're doing this play and he's learning all this stuff, and he's not a Christian, but he pretends to be one, so he's trying to pass off as a Christian, and it's some pretty funny stuff happens. But if you haven't seen this movie and you're interested, definitely go see it. It's a great film. It's PG and it's a faith-based film, so you know there's not going to be a whole lot of horrible stuff in it that, you know, you wouldn't want your kids to see, which is pretty cool. The characters were awesome. There was a couple of guys that play some of the disciples in the, like, they don't, you know, the characters in the movie play the disciples in the play, and some of them were pretty funny. Shawn Michaels he was a wrestler, he's in it also. He plays Doug, he was a pretty cool character. I really liked him. Brett and Anjelah, their chemistry was great in the film. So perfect, you know, just watching some of the interviews of them together, and I'm like, you guys are funny together. I like this. I want more of them in movies together. I think that'd be fun to see. Definitely fun to see that, more of them in movies together. So yeah, definitely check it out. I'll put a link to the trailer down below if you haven't seen the trailer. Go check out the film. Definitely give it a chance. It's okay if you don't want to see it, you know, it's not for everybody. But if it looks like something you might want to watch, go see it. I don't know how many times I've said it now. I love this movie. I really hope it goes on to DVD soon at some point, hopefully, so that I can buy it, because I love it. I love Brett. I support everything that he's in. He's got another movie coming out that I'm excited for. But that's not about this. This isn't about that. Yeah, so Brett, Anjelah, Dallas, the director, you guys are great. Loved the movie. Loved it. Fantastic job. Everything about it was so great. Keep being awesome. Keep up your awesome work directing, acting, stand-up comedianing. So thank you so much for this movie. I loved it.